This is in tribute to our guest here, Mr. Brian Davis, American Boathead.
AKA.
Thanks to him for being here, and to Paul Elkins too for designing some of these craft.
For sure.
And anyway, we're getting ready to kick off the 2020 Boat Jamboree, and here we go. Salute!
Whoa!
Woo! You got me! Let's get out of here. Holy mackerel!
Woo-hoo!
All right, let's get this boogie.
Let's get out of here.
I saw my feeble life flash before my eyes.
Everybody's fleeing the scene of the crime here.
Just a backfire, just a backfire.
Yeah. Second annual Mid-States Mini Boat Jamboree. Oh man, so fun. I'm gonna jump your wake.
Okay, let's see if I can make one.
Yeah. Yee-hoo! Whoa!
Oh man!
Oh, now we're in the wind here. Charging. Round two.
Yeah. What do you think about give the GoPro to Noah and try to do that formation?
Yeah.
My name is Daniel Leitner, and I'm from Oriana, Illinois. I have a boat 7'6" long, about 36 inches wide, named the Rallycraft, built in 2018. My inspiration for the style of it was a combination of two things. Probably American Boathead's Model C, I believe, is the wider one. And then I just kind of took cues from other boats that I saw on the Facebook group. So it's a mutt. It's a combination of probably 20 different boats. It's modeled or styled decoratively after a 67 Firebird. So I've got rally stripes on it, so Rallycraft kind of fit the mold of how you name boats. Yeah. I just like working with my hands, so I was busy and I was doing something, and I knew at the end there would be a product that you could look at and say, I built that.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite part of probably building it, or the process. Yeah, just that reward.
Yeah.
My least favorite part would be working in the backyard with no shelter. You're either out there in the full sun doing what you need to get done because of time constraints, or you're trying to work in the rain or in between rain showers. And I had limited tools, but adequate. So I don't have a table saw, so everything was cut with a circular saw or a jigsaw. So everything is by hand, and then you have to make everything fit, and just that trial and error aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can do a lot of rough carpentry, but if you look my boat over closely, it's not a finished work. So yeah, that's kind of the most frustrating part.
Yeah.
I call my boat the 20-footer because it looks good from 20 feet away. It takes a lot of time and effort, but no matter how you do it, it's going to work out just fine because we're not going 60 miles an hour on the water, and it's going to look great no matter how you decorate it. That's my dog Sasha. I think she's introducing herself. And don't fret the small stuff. Put as much time and attention to detail as you want to into it, but you can put as little or as much as you want to, and it's all going to float no matter how fast it goes, no matter how stable it is. You know, pay attention to those things that you're really concerned about, And no matter how it turns out, it's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Yeah, just like your kids or something.
Absolutely, yep. Yep, they become adults whether you like it or not.
Right.
Welcome to the 2020 Jamboree, Midwestern States Jamboree. That's where we're doing the interview. Would really like to say thank you to Brian for making it out here from Idaho. It's incredible that he was able to make it. This is our second annual event, so that's just in closing. That's the only thing left I would want to say.
Awesome, appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
My name's Alan Gluff, and I am from Franklin, Indiana, actually just over in Shelby County. So glad to do your interview for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Your business must be slow if you're interviewing me. The name of my boat is the Puddle Pirate. It's a Elkins design boat. If anybody knows Paul Elkins, and if you don't, you should look him up on his website. Very interesting individual, and he designed the thing, I think, on a napkin. And anyway, he published the drawings, and I got one 8 years ago and put this thing together, and I've had a blast with it. The story behind the cannon on the boat. I was an artillery officer in the Army, and I've always had an infatuation with cannons. And I thought, well, why not? I looked, Paul had got a horn or something up front. I thought, you know, you could put a cannon in that hole. And so I did. And we've had a blast with that, literally several times. We try not to disturb too many fishermen, but we do. My favorite part about building the boat, actually getting to use it is the favorite part, getting done with it. But I like the building process. I think anybody that builds boat or basically anything, house, plane or whatever, they enjoy the building. And I appreciate people that tinker, much as yourself and Paul Elkins and a few others. So I watched a lot of videos, and in fact I looked at his, I said, I can do that. So it's kind of got into it that way.
Yeah.
Least favorite, paying for it. you don't like to pay for the materials and all, but but as far as, I don't know, the whole process is really enjoyable, and meeting the people is probably one of the best parts. And this group here at the Mini Boats and More, especially here in the Midwest, and people I've run into, it's a great bunch of people. Get involved, ask questions, and just go for it, because you're going to make mistakes, you're going to do it wrong, you know, and your first project may not turn out like what you want, but it's a step forward, and you just keep moving forward on it, and it can be done. It's not rocket science.
Right. Appreciate your time and meeting me here. And
I'm thankful that you showed up. American Boathead, somebody I've been watching for some time, so it's good to meet you.
That. Yeah, and I can't wait to cruise your boat. Looks like they're going to leave without us. So
okay, well, they're down here.
My name is Daryl Schreiber. I'm from Akron, Indiana.
And you have built how many boats?
Well, that depends on what you mean by built. You mean finished?
Yeah.
I have 2 boats that are finished, kinda, and then I have 3 that are in the process of being built. You can see one in the background right over here.
Let's see, a Water Fox.
Yes, the Water Fox.
Which one's your favorite?
That's tough, because favorite's different reasons. I like Black Betty because of just the cruising comfort of it. When you're in it, you're sitting inside the boat, and you just feel like you're part of it. But I do like the Water Fox just because of the coolness factor of it.
It's really stable. How wide is that one?
She's 42 inches wide, and it does have the lights, so that it does afford you the ability to go out in the water and play around at night, whereas the other ones don't. So
right.
That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it's almost like the other ones have lights to be seen, and that one has lights to see.
To see, yeah. It lights up the night.
How wide is Black Betty there?
Well, at the widest point it's 32, but down below it's a lot narrower. She's probably closer to 27 inches, I'd say, probably across the bottom, which makes her a little exciting getting in and out. I would advise people to make their boats wider at the bottom because of that reason. But
yeah. So if you were to say your favorite part of boat building, what would it be?
I would have to say just learning new stuff. Just learning, because when I started out I didn't know anything about it, and just got into learning different things about it. And every time you turn around, there's some different thing. You're walking through Lowe's or something, you look at this object that isn't made for this purpose, and you're like going, if I would flip that over and cut that off, I could use it for this. Yeah. So that happens a lot. But then the other thing is just, I'm not saying this to be corny, but community. I mean, it's just cool, the fact that we're all over the world, and we're communicating back and forth with each other, talking about stuff and working things out. And a matter of fact, DZK Boats actually helped me with that boat right there. He's in Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
So halfway around the world helping each other out. So I think that's just really cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done that myself.
No.
So
yeah. What is your least favorite part?
Being so far apart. Yeah. That's probably the toughest thing, because you have guys that are excited about stuff, but they're so far apart. If we were together in an area that we could at least drive to each other, I think there would be a catalyst that would happen that would just be earth-shattering. It's the only thing I could say, because you see guys that are cracking the code and they're really digging in, and if these guys were together, I think it could really make mini boats hit the scene.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's the part that I don't like, is just being so far apart.
What are your thoughts on the fanfare and the becoming a celebrity at the boat launch?
It's kind of funny, because after it happens so many times, you get used to it, and then you're like, here it comes. You're waiting for it. But as we were joking about last night in the dark, as we were in a group talking, it's also, you kind of expect it, and when it doesn't happen, you're kind of like going, did I lose my moxie here? What's happening? But yeah, you expect it after a while, and I don't know. I just kind of throw them at Mini Boats and More and see what happens, because if they show up, which I've seen several people show up, and hope they will start doing it too, because that's cultivating the mini boat activity in your area is what makes the difference. Because if you can get people in your area involved, they're in your area. You can go mini boating with them, you can help them build, they can help you build. So
yeah. And then, as a little parting piece of advice, do you have any messages for anybody out there thinking about building a boat?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I would say build a junker to start with. Just slap something together, get an idea, and get it out on the water, because you spend far too much time on your first boat, and then when you get done, instantly you're thinking, if I would have done this, if I would have done that, I could have done. So just slap it together, get it out on the water, have fun, and learn, and then that way the second boat, you can really put your effort into it, and you're going to see it blossom. But that'll give you fun and a difference. So.
And then you get two boats out of it. Probably have to build
Yep.
another one. So.
One last thing, just gosh darn it, go out and build a boat.
Thanks again. Bye. Miss you already. Well, there it is, folks. About to leave. Some like-minded people. Trying to drive through the fact to you guys that mini boats equal mini friends. American Boathead signing off. Thanks for watching. Whoa! Oh man, that was such a good weekend. It's good to be back. Oh man, that was so good. The minute I got there, they were shoving food down my face. This gal named Kristen Shriver just said, "Hi, nice to meet you. Have some food?" And I said, "No thanks, I already didn't eat anything all day." And she said, "Don't be shy, get some food." And I said, "Okay," and I ate some food and it was delicious. And after that, I met everybody and went to bed. And I tell you, slept in a little camper van, but it was like a 5-star motel. They had gosh dang mint on the pillow and everything. It was so nice. I didn't deserve it and I didn't expect it, and it was great. All we did the whole time was talk about mini boats, then go out mini boating. Just talk about mini boats, then go out mini boating. I do have some regrets. I should have done some more interviews. I only did 3 interviews, and I wish I would have done one of Kristen Shriver, who was one of the only female boat builder there, and one of Ken Green, who is one of the funniest people I've ever met. He's got stories for days, and he knows more about more things than I know about anything. I also really regret not interviewing a guy named Robin Johnson. He's a classic quiet guy, and let me tell you, still waters run deep with that guy. Thought he was kind of mad at first, and then I started talking to him. Super cool guy. And so that kind of was a bummer that I didn't interview those fellas and gal. But my favorite part was just getting to know everybody and talking to people, and I didn't really take many pictures and any videos much of the actual experience because I kind of didn't want to ruin it, and I don't think it would translate to video very well anyways, so I just kind of decided to experience it, and I'm honestly inspired, and I'm gonna start my own Mini Boat Jamboree Northwest chapter. And so if people really want to experience what I went through, they can join me or join them. Man, you would have loved it. You gotta show up to the next one. Well, anyways, it feels good to be back. Thanks for watching. Join me, join us on Mini Boats and More, and come to the first annual Northwest Chapter Mini Boats Jamboree, or the 3rd annual Mini Boats Jamboree, Mid-States Jamboree, or start your own. Let me know if that's something you're wanting to do, if you're too far from either 2 of those things. And God bless America, God bless you, and gosh darn it, go build a boat.